So it is Monday, March 1st, 2021. I'm going to do my recap for today. Um, uh, Tough day. I mean, I came back from a $1,800 loss, but I was able to come back and make $1,450. I am not upset with my performance today. There's a couple of things that I could have done better, obviously, but I am not. I'm not upset. So there's some of the days where I've made this money and I've been upset. Today is not the day. There's some technical issues that could have gotten better. Some things I definitely could have adjusted. But yeah, I'm not overall upset. I mean, I'm going to start taking a look at the trades that I took. So let's see. Oops, not here. So first trade that I took was FCell. You can see I got in at 9:30:51. So right here, why did I get in FCell? I'm just gonna go all the way down here, open this up. Perfect. So why did I get into FCell? Well, I was looking for a playbook setup over here. I was looking for an R4 because the stock opened from one of my setups is a breakout from, when the stock is between R4 and R5. There's going to be a breakout. I wanted to see like a 1 minute opening drain. I just wanted to see how it pulled back and then a breakout, right? So I went long of sell. I probably jumped in too quickly. To be honest, I should have seen some consolidation and then go in long, but I went in at here. So I went long with this say at 18. Why? Because it was right at R4, so I was expecting like a quick drop down and then maybe finding some support and then a breakout. That didn't happen. I placed my stop loss at 1782, so right below this candle over here, and got stopped out. There was a little bit of upside. I mean, but not much. Like $100 upside. Nothing really happened there. It didn't get above the 9 EMA, so I got stopped out there. The big trade that I messed up in is in plug, and I mean, it's not the worst case scenario, honestly. I did lose too much money in plug. I lost like $1,100 in plug. Well, my initial stop was 50 cents, so $500. But I tried moving the stop up, and I don't know why my order got canceled, and then it just gapped down. It happened to me twice actually today, so I'm gonna have to adjust that to be honest. But I went long basically at the height of the day, pretty much. I went long 52.98, almost at the height of the day. I was looking for this is one of the setups. It's a 1 minute. Um, 1 minute, 1 minute or 2 minute, 3 minute doesn't matter, but just like a little bit of a gap down, and then, well, again, this is a very big negative candle, so maybe that's why it didn't work. But sometimes, when the market is strong, it does work. So it's one of those setups where, I wanted to take this trade pre-market. I opened my computer and I saw like there were so many setups that fitted this category, and I've missed this trade so many times. So I was just gonna get in and let it play out all the way to R5, and take my position there. But yeah. So the only thing that I would say that was bad is that I lost too much money. So I got in at 52.98 and got out at 51.87. So I lost like $1,100, and so that was a little bit disappointing, to be honest. That wasn't my best showing. Especially, well, I mean, it's partly my fault. Partly, I tried to adjust the stop loss, and I wanted to put it like right over here, I guess, in the 50 to 60s or so. I really wanted to close the gap in the loss, but it just gapped down, and then I'm not gonna say I froze, but I did let it go down more than what I should have, and then I just exited when made a new low. Could I have gone short here? Maybe, yeah, for the for a target at R4, because that's another setup. More or less what I was looking for an F cell. There's gonna be maybe a gap down in there, and here's some support, but that wasn't the case. And then so I lost $180, right? I lost like $1,100 here, so I was already down. What is it, like 3 minutes into the day? I'm already down like $300. I'm like, wow, great start, Marco. That's fantastic. And then I got in Riot, and even though this showed more or less the action that I wanted to see, uh, open between R4 and R5, gap up, but I didn't catch it, and then I saw this big kind of like rejection, although there wasn't an engulfing candle, but later it did engulf right? And I went short here a little bit too early, honestly. Went short 1,000 shares, 49.17. So right before it was gonna break, and I was contemplating. I mean, MRRA was coming down, so that's why I did. It was already gapping down, so that's why I did go short. Maybe again, my stop here was a little bit too tight, but I want things to work, quickly. Like, who knows? Like, this could have easily, gapped up, continue to find some support here, and then just, went straight up, and I would have lost more money. So, in hindsight, I'm just thankful for the 50 cent stop. It was a shame because went in short, got stopped out at down $1,900. I'm like, oh my goodness, perfect. But then I went in again. So yeah, I got in this candle, got stopped out here, and then I just went in again. Honestly, I got out basically at the high of this candle. I mean, for 69, the high was 70. So just because of a couple of candles. So yeah. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So big shame there, but my theory proved right. MRA kept gapping down, and I had to go in. So I went short 49.31, and as you can see, I tried here to add, but it's not a marginable stock. Um, so I couldn't, trade more than my buying power, which is unfortunate because I knew this was gonna, my target was gonna be R4. I mean, I just knew this was gonna get to R4. And if it failed the open, I mean, I had a strong conviction that this was gonna get to R4. So I went short, tried to get short here, tried to add 600, tried to add 500. At the end, I finally, added 300 shares. So I went short here, and yeah, I probably did cover a little bit sooner than what I should. So I covered in this. What did I cover? I covered 400 shares around here, another 300 shares. Okay, so no, I took off 400 shares in this breakdown, and then I let it get all the way here. So I'm happy. Okay, that was good. I pretty much then exited everything at the. I did exit pretty much everything at the. Maybe I left a little bit of profit here, right? A few $100 here and there, but pretty much I did let it get to my target. So I'm happy about that. And I went short GME, which was a good trade. I went short GME at 106.22. So I went short GME. What was it? 941. 941. Okay, so right over here, basically at the low of this candle. Why did I go short here? Well, you can see a big gap up. I mean, like a big breakout, but it wasn't good. It made a higher low over here, not even a higher low. So I guess a lower high. Sorry, it made a lower high, and then the tape just seemed weak, seemed very very weak. So went short. I sat through this, which is not a big deal, and then it eventually came down. I'm a bit upset, honestly, just a little bit upset, not too much, just a little because I wanted to. My target was the previous day close. That was my target, honestly, and it was my bad because I let it play out, let it hang out a little bit too much, and actually like, so I covered 101.64, so that's basically at my target, so that's good, and then the rest, I exited around here at 104, which I'm not too proud of. I should have stuck to my exit and just got out right here. Wanted to give it a little bit more room to see if it kept coming down, but that didn't happen. So tried to go short PLTR, didn't work out. I went long plug. I was looking for that same setup, the bounce off of R4, one that worked perfectly in MRRA. But this one here didn't work out, and I got a little bit of a late fill. I got in at 151.64. I would have liked to get in, right at R4. So as you can see here, I went 151.63, and I got stopped out 51.52. I didn't want to give it all the way to R4 because if it was gonna work or it's not gonna work. So I lost some, $90, $110. Nothing much, honestly. And then my last trade, I had two last trades. So then I went long GME. for the same reason why I went short. I was looking for this target and this target held. So then I thought, well, hey, it's maybe gonna, it's maybe going to come up. So I went long at 10:02. So right over here for the break of, there was a lot of sellers on the level two, which can be a bearish, sorry, a bullish sign. So there was a lot of sellers at 105. I had to sit through a little bit of a pullback, but not much, honestly. Again, I had to sit through a pullback, but look how it ripped up all over here. And I'm a bit disappointed, honestly, because, I exited at 106.55, so right over here. And then I just exited again, and I thought there was going to be more of a follow through. So honestly, when it gapped up, okay, I didn't necessarily envision that it was gonna, come back, but I knew it had a little bit of a leg up, and I'm disappointed that I exited everything out over here. I should have given a little bit more room. Who knows, even add maybe, and then get out. So I'm a little bit disappointed because I hesitated there. I'm not proud of that. That's the only thing that I'm not really proud of today. And then my other trade was Riot. I went short. I went short for here. For a pullback, for a reversal trade right off of the daily open. Because I saw MRA have a little bit of a pullback there. So, hey, this is another setup that's good, right? So, it tried over here, big volume candle, got rejected, and then it got here up a little bit and then rejected. So, I went short. Really good entry, 48.95. So, I went short 10.12. So, right in this candle, 48.95. That's really good with just a stop, I guess, right over this candle. It was going to be over 49, so it was going to be a very tight trade. And my exit around here, 48.59. Not the best trade, about yeah, made another couple $100 in that trade, right? How much did I make in Riot? Okay, I made 1,200 because I shorted it before. I made like $100 or something like that. $200 and change, didn't I? Let's see. Yeah, I cannot tell how much I made, but yeah, like $200 and change. So yeah, all in all, I'm not upset. I'm not upset with my performance. I'm not upset with my trading. I did come back down from minus 1800, and there's a great setup over here in MRA. Like this is what I'm talking about, and even in Riot too. So the stock opened between R4 and R5. R5 was a resistance. It came back down, but look how well it, you know, touched R4 and then it touched it again, and it just rallied up. Got to R5 and much higher. This was a setup that I could have taken. I mean, I finished trading right at around this time. 10:15, because I already started. I took this trade in Riot and I wasn't too happy about it. So I'm like, okay, I'm now I'm gonna start to make some mistakes. So I'd rather just stop trading, go to the gym. That's what I wanted to do. And yeah, but look, this was a good setup. It came up the daily open, it held, and it got all the way to R5. And I wanted to get long here. So that's why I went long in GMEs, because I saw Riot go long. Riot did just gap up. So I'm like, okay, there's going to be a little bit of a change of momentum. So maybe I could have gone along here, R4 support, but I was a little bit, not for sad, but frustrated that I didn't get in here in a way, because I was really seeing. I mean, if you see this, like these two candles, this is like a candlestick pattern. These two, I don't know how you call it. I forgot how you call this setup, right? But yeah, it is a good setup. It is a really good setup, and this huge gap up, and then like this huge momentum, and then all the way to R5. So I guess this was the missed trade of the day. That this was the missed setup. I guess in MARA was even clearer. This was the missed setup of the day. But you cannot you cannot get all of them. Plug. What can I say about plug? It happens. It's not gonna work every time. I mean, I think one of the reasons why it didn't work is, well, but then again, FCL had the same setup and it didn't work. But I was gonna say, like, it opened like a little bit far away from R5, but that is not the case. And I guess it was a big red candle, too big to be honest. Yeah, my stop was 50 cents. I tried to adjust it, kind of like it got rejected. I mean, can we see that over here? Yeah, you see. So I tried to move, because I have the order since order here. So what I try to do is move the stop up, and it like canceled the order. So yeah, I lost more money than what I wanted to, what I should have, to be honest. So that's gonna happen. Not all the playbook setups are gonna work. Could have been a short after, definitely, but you never know if it can rally again and come up. So it is what it is. Riot was a bit unfortunate. Lost $500 more than what I should have over here in this trade. Got stopped out by a cent. So what can you do there? Then I did take advantage of it. It's a shame I couldn't put in more capital like I would have wanted to, like a 2,000 shares. That would have been great. But yeah, that's it. What was my other trade? It was GME. Cannot be upset about GME. When took a nice short over here. Took a nice short, little bit. Gave a little bit of profit here, a couple $100, right? Let's see how much money I gave back. Not gave back, but I didn't take in GME. This is the long. Yeah, this is the short. See, I gave back. I gave back a lot of money, man. I gave back half of my profits there. See, that's if I would have just let it play out and take everything out here, I would have made $1,700, and instead I made 918, 915. So goes to show how taking your target is super important. And over here, I cannot complain, honestly. Well, maybe I'm a little upset that I just got out. I'm, I would even be happy if I watched it and I just failed and I got out even at a lower price. I was just upset because I just got out impulsively and I just didn't let it play out. But my mindset was good. I'm happy. You can see I was down $1,800. I'm happy I was able to keep my composure and start the month, on a okay note, right? I mean, I've started out better than last month, haven't I? Last month, my first day was 243, and I made 1,000, and then I gave 80% back, so 75% back. So um, I'm off to a better start. Cannot complain about that, can we? Gonna work on the. I'm gonna. What I did was Tuesday on Saturday or what I did on Saturday is that I started categorizing almost all my trades. There's a couple of days that I didn't do. I'm gonna do it later, but I'm categorizing and putting them by strategy. I'm doing these voiceover recaps, not voiceover, I guess just spoken recaps. But I'm gonna go back to writing them down and putting tags on my trades and tracking how my strategies work. Because I just want to take playbook trades. I don't want to get in. I'm done with the habit of just taking stupid trades. So I just want to take like playbook trades, and every trade has to have a reason. If it doesn't have a reason, then I'm not going to take it. There has to be a setup warranted for that trade. So all the trades today had that warranty. I mean, maybe in GME it was the one that had the less, but still, it was a break of the daily open. It wasn't like a short here looking for nothing. No, there was a level two. There was a support that was held. No, a support that was held here, and then there was a lot of strength on the tape, and it was a break of the daily open. So that is a setup right there. Is it a playbook setup? Is it a perfect playbook setup? No. The same in Riot. Is it a perfect playbook setup? This one over here? No, but I took it and I took it at the right time. I took it right at the daily open. I didn't take it over here. I took it right at the daily open, risking 5, 10, 20 cents. And when I didn't see the follow through that I wanted, I just exited. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy of I'm happy with my performance today. I'm not gonna lie, and I shouldn't beat myself up. I have to be more positive. I have to be positive. I cannot beat myself down. So this is a step in the right direction. It's a good start to the month. I mean, my drawdown was a little bit out of control today, but it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen, dude. It's a little bit of an error here, with the $1,200 loss that shouldn't have been that. A little bit of misfortune here in Riot that I got stopped out at the top of this candle, and then it just went my way. But that's how things go sometimes. FCell was a setup. FCell was a good setup. R4 and R5. entry at R4, that's a good setup. And sometimes it is going to work, sometimes it's not. In MRA, okay, it's a little bit different because it did take more time. It wasn't on the 1 minute candle, but hey, that would have worked out perfectly here, perfectly. So, yeah, I don't have much more to say other than playbook setups, trim the fat, trim what doesn't work, trim out what doesn't work. Riot could have been a little bit of a better trade. Well, yeah, I mean, I took the 500 shares over here, the 400 shares at 37. Could have I let it go all the way? Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I could have let it go all the way, but still, not all that bad of a trade. Um, yeah, maybe I could have gotten. Maybe it could have been 1800 $1,800 trade if I would have let the whole position play out. But I'm happy. I'm happy with how I executed. Happy with how I took the trade. Well, actually, I did. I mean, I was the trade was minus 500, so pretty much it was almost that. And I took the trade over here. Good, good. Cannot complain, man. Cannot complain. So that's gonna be my recap for today. I'm gonna be inputting manually stuff and tagging the trades and doing that and so on. So yeah, on it, it's I don't even want to start looking, but 5 green days in a row. So I mean, honestly, this was a -$1, but it says green, so I'll take it. So again, great start to the month. Um, I mean, good start, not great, good start, good start. Yeah. So let's just keep the ball rolling. Yeah. If everybody watches, just have a good day. Bye.